Hello and welcome to another Two Hands, One Drink, and I know you all were looking forward to me doing the Vodka Martini. That's where I left off at the end of the last episode, and you're probably wondering why I'm doing this Australian cocktail if you read the title card. Well, believe it or not, the original name that bartenders gave to the Vodka Martini was the Kangaroo Cocktail. Why? Well, let's go into that, but first, let's do that thing that you all do so well. Let's hit the like, let's hit the subscribe, hit the notify, do all that. Thank you all so much, I really appreciate it. Okay, so, when vodka started appearing in the US, it came in roughly after Prohibition, and it did not catch on at all at first. It's because people drank gin instead. It wasn't until this flavorless, filtered spirit was promoted as having no smell and no taste that it really caught on. In fact, for the longest time, the Smirnoff slogan was, Smirnoff leaves you breathless. But I mean, what do you do with it? I mean, it's flavorless. Well, what they did was they started to replace gin and rum with vodka in already existing cocktails. And they found success right off the bat when they used vodka and really cool copper mugs to make this awesome looking but pretty boring version of a dark and stormy that we all know as the Moscow Mule. But it was with martinis that vodka really found a whole new life. James Bond drank his martinis with vodka, and if you wanted to have a 3-martini lunch, coming back to the office with no smell on you was maybe kind of cool. Bartenders hated this drink. They called it the kangaroo, and it was not a term of affection. You see, when you look at a kangaroo the very first time, I mean, you know it's an animal, but what is it? Is it a dog? Is it a horse? Is it a rabbit? There's something just not quite right about it. And that's how they felt about vodka martinis. It looks like a martini, but there's just something not quite right. But still, if you're gonna have one, gotta make a good one. So here we go. Let's put one together. You're gonna start with 2 ounces of vodka. And of course, use a good vodka. It's your base, right? So make sure you get your favorite one. Yes, they're generally flavorless, but pick one that you really like that's really good quality. Next up, we're going to add a 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth. So far, this recipe's looking pretty similar to a regular martini. The next thing we're going to add is a 1/4 ounce of bianco vermouth. You probably thought I was going to say Coca Americano there, based on my previous videos, but no, we're going to use bianco vermouth. This is the sweeter version of white vermouth, okay? I've done Coca, I prefer the bianco. Next up, I want to add 2 drops of saline. That's right, I make saline, keep it in my bartender kit. We're going to add 2 drops of that. We get the accentuation of flavor from the saline, but I don't want to use olive brine, okay? These are very light flavors inside this cocktail. I don't want the olive brine to take over. The saline's going to give us the salty flavor enhancement without drowning the whole cocktail behind olive flavors. And the next thing I'm going to do, right in the mix, is I'm going to put 2 lime peels. I'm going to move that guy out of the way. Let's show you how it is. I pull them off with a peeler like this, sort of at a diagonal, around the line a little bit. See that? Just sort of run that peeler around the diagonal, and you get your nice little pieces of lime peel. And what this is going to do is this is going to put a little bit of citrus flavor into the drink, as well as a little bit of bitter as well. I'm going to give it a twist to bring those oils, and I'm going to drop it right in. See, if you use prepared bitters, they're too strong for this lightly flavored cocktail. So those lime pieces in there are going to give lime flavor and a little bit of bitterness. Perfect. We're going to add our ice. And then you all know what happens next. It's a martini, folks, so we're going to stir. Okay. Beautiful stirs there. Let's do that thing where we strain it and get it into our glass. Oh, and of course, should be a nice chilled glass for your martini. Beautiful. And it's time to garnish, like before. And just like a regular martini, garnish it as you like. You could do olives and cocktail onions, or you could do more citrus if you wanted to. For me, I alluded to it in the martini, I like herbs. So what I'm going to do is I like to crinkle up a basil leaf, again, to release those aromatics. And I just float a basil leaf right on top there. That's how I love my kangaroo cocktail, okay? That's what I like to do. Let's see what we got here. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not my martini of choice, obviously, but it's good to know how to make a good vodka martini. Because at any party where you're mixing drinks, you are almost assuredly going to have a person who's like, I don't like gin. Well, if you know how to make a good vodka martini for them, they can join in the fun as well. It's good to know how to do this for the people who will want it like this. But just remember, it's a cocktail. It's not a salad. So we don't go hiding all these delicate flavors behind that mountain of other things that are dropped in there. Olives are fine, but come on, just a few. Garnish and drink responsibly. Hey everybody, thank you all so much for all the awesome support you've been giving me recently. I'm having a blast doing this, and I hope you're enjoying it as well. You know what? I think it's time to take a break from martinis. We're going to do something different in the next episode. What are we going to do? Well, that's when I tell you to hit the like and the subscribe and the notify so you can know when it happens, okay? Everybody, thank you all so much, and I hope you enjoy.